Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel, and my name is Tasia and I love talking about work from home life. And today we're going to be diving into what's called the Great Resignation, and that is the fact that more and more statistics are coming out and showing that many people are quitting their jobs. Microsoft recently did a survey across the globe of 30,000 workers, and over 41% of them said that they were considering quitting their job or changing profession. That is an absolute huge number, and we're starting to see those numbers closer to home. In the United States of America, we saw in April there were over 4 million people who quit their job, and here in Canada we're starting to see some trends as well. Many people are saying that they would like to not return to work full time. They want to continue to work from home. They're looking for jobs that provide them much more flexibility, much more work-life balance, or providing them much more mental health support. So that gets us into today's video, and I thought that if there's so many people considering changing their jobs or looking for a job that is going to allow them to continue to work from home, I thought today we could get into what are the top 10 paying jobs working from home in 2021. According to Indeed.com, these are the top 10 jobs that are the highest earning jobs you can do while working remotely. The first one is software engineer. The average software engineer earned over $107,000 this year. Software engineering can be done easily from home, and of course there's a range of what software engineers do. It can be anything from developing video games to developing software for client needs. And if you understand a more specialized area in software engineering, you have the potential to earn even more. But of course, this is a highly specialized area that you clearly need to have a great amount of education in. So it's not something that easily anybody can jump into, but it is definitely a profitable job that you can do remotely. The second highest earning job on the list is a medical writer. The average medical writer this year earned over $101,000. Medical writers use their understanding of clinical research to develop materials and communications to a various audience. It's a job that can easily be done from home and just requires some strength in communication and is certainly a background in the medical field. Number 3 is an application developer. So these are the fabulous people that develop all of the wonderful apps we love to use on our phones. The average application developer earned $89,000 this year. App developers help create applications, they help program them, they help test them, and these are all different programs that could be used on your computer, on your cell phone, or tablets, or other types of computer devices. They often work independently or sometimes can work in small teams, which can easily be done from the comfort of your own home. App developing is still quite new overall in the grand scheme of the career world, but it is a fast-growing industry, and there's often a lot of perks that come with being an application developer because you usually are part of a startup, or you have stock options or other really cool things that come with working within the digital industry. Number 4 is project manager. The average project manager earned about $83,000 this year. Now this one is a much more broad-based job, so this is something that if you are a project manager in one field, you might easily be able to move into another field still doing project manager work. Their job often includes coordinating different processes to achieve certain goals within an organization. It's their job to really move tasks down the line and ensure that projects are finished and completed on time. They often delegate tasks, they coordinate teams, they coach employees, they document the progress, and it's their job to document the results of their team's work. Number 5 is technical support engineers, and they earned an average of $76,000 this year. Now this career probably saw a spike in their productivity and demand this year. Of course, with so many people within the last year moving to online work, never more than before, we needed to ensure that our servers and all of our computer systems could handle the bandwidth and all of the information that is being done now virtually. So this can be a really rewarding career if you're interested in network systems, or if you really enjoy troubleshooting techniques and working with operating systems. Technical support engineers really need to be able to have good customer service skills and have the skills and ability to diagnose problems remotely. Next on the list is a registered nurse. The national average salary of a nurse was about $34 per hour. This is a job I would have not thought of initially when I'm thinking remote jobs, but it definitely makes sense to me. There are more and more registered nurses that now provide services over the phone. I definitely used this service myself when I was a new mom, and I really wanted to ask some questions, but it was after hours, so my doctor wasn't available, but my child wasn't sick enough for me to take them to the hospital, so instead I called a registered nurse and tried to give them the symptoms and situation, and then they would provide their best advice over the phone. They basically can perform a lot of the same duties that you would perform in person, so they can help diagnose, They can actually prescribe medication. They may also follow up and check up on patients after they have originally talked to them, and even create health plans for their patients to follow. This is something that more governments around the world seem to be looking into, because just to take a lot of the strain off of in-person visits at doctor's offices or at the hospital, being able to speak to patients over the phone or meet with them virtually is definitely taking a lot of the strain off of the medical system. Some nurses do work in person at hospitals or medical centers, and then they are also able to boost their income or do overtime hours by providing their services over the phone and doing digital virtual visits with patients. So this is definitely a growing space. So if you're a registered nurse and you're looking for something a little bit different, this is a cool way for you to maybe change up the daily grind. Number 7 on the list is a sales consultant. The average salary is about $67,000 a year. These are the folks that analyzes a company's current marketing and sales pattern and consults and provides new advice on how to improve those techniques. They might create training programs for sales representatives. It may help them to develop a program to help them find new potential clients. Many companies might hire a remote sales consultant, especially if they work in a particular niche or remote area. Number 8 is a operations manager. The national average salary is about $66,000 a year. Operation managers often oversee human resources and the day-to-day functions and abilities of an organization, quality assurance, and recruitment programs. Many of these professionals will work remotely, especially if they're overseeing a organization across the nation, especially if there's multiple locations. To succeed in this job, you definitely need to be results driven and have strong time management skills, because you're often overseeing a number of different components within an organization in a short period of time. Number 9 is a digital marketer. The national average for a digital marketer is about $61,000 a year. Digital marketing is becoming bigger and bigger every year, and it only got a big boost from the pandemic. Digital marketers are those who strategize on how to attract clients or customers using email, social media, and web content. They often oversee the entire digital marketing strategy for an organization. This often involves their entire web presence, including like their search engine optimization and all the analytics behind that. And if they have a blogging strategy or just a general digital ad strategy, this is a job that can easily be done anywhere in the world. There's a lot of growth in this particular profession, because you can work for a large organization doing this, or you can scale down and do this for boutique small organizations and small businesses as well. Often a digital marketer's skills can be applied through many different areas, and so it doesn't matter if you are working with a small business or an NGO or some other type of organization. Often you don't necessarily need to be a specific subject matter expert in a particular field or on a particular product, but if you have the digital marketing skills, a product is a product. And last on the list is a freelance translator. The average salary of a freelance translator is about $28 per hour. This is also something that I didn't think of initially when I was looking at our top 10 paying jobs that you could do online. Translation makes perfect sense. Again, this is a job that you really don't need to really be in an office for, and often you don't need to directly collaborate with a lot of people, because a lot of your work is going to be done in quiet, productive time. When you're translating, there's not a lot of conversation happening. You're not having to go banter back and forth with other teammates, other than maybe to check in on something or ask someone for a second opinion on a translation. Translation is required on various levels within lots of organizations all across the world. Here in Canada, we work in 2 official languages, so many organizations want to make sure that their communication is accessible to multiple languages. And you can often earn more money as a freelance translator if you are specialized in a particular field. If you're a translator that has a background in medicine or in the medical field, you could potentially earn more money, because those in the medical field will be looking for translators who really understand the very technical scientific terms that might be needed in the communications that they require to be translated. So those are the top paying jobs that you can do remotely right now in 2021. I'm curious to know if you do any of these jobs, or if any on the list are something that you would be interested in switching professions to. They all have great high earning potential, and I'm sure we're going to see much more jobs being added to the list as we're moving forward, and more people are choosing to continue to work from home and gravitate to jobs that allow them to do so. If you'd like to see more work from home content, definitely check out my last video. I did a video about how to avoid burnout while working from home. Burnout has been one of the #1 reasons why people have chosen to actually quit their job, as they are feeling exhausted, and the pandemic has only exacerbated that. So definitely, if you are experiencing any signs of burnout, go check out that video. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next week. There's often a lot of perks that come being jobs out there. Said that twice. Blah. The average application, why do I keep saying last year? It's this year. $1,000 last year. Oh my gosh.